Okay, here's something that I forgot to mention. Let's talk about vice presidents, VPs. I mean, McCain's campaign really a spark came to it, a flame came to it when Palin came into play, and I think it sent the Democratic campaign scrambling for for some kind of help. But you know, there's going to be a lot of people that are persuaded to vote for McCain on the count of Palin. And she's an incredible woman. I think she's just absolutely great. She's got the oil connections up there in Alaska, being governor up there, and I'm all for drilling. I mean, I think we need to start drilling and stop depending on foreign oil. People say, well, we don't have that much. We only, Obama even said we only got like 10% of oil supplies or whatever, very low amount. But I'm hearing different. I'm hearing up in Anwar, there's tons of oil, and I don't know what the truth is with the amount of oil the U.S. has. I know we have a lot of natural gas, and they're going to try to push natural gas. I think that's a great direction to go. Start gearing all our vehicles up to burn propane. That's a beautiful idea. Anyway, just one thing about the vice presidents. If everyone's going to vote, considering the vice president, what do they do? What do vice presidents do? They don't do anything. All they do is sit back, and they're kind of on standby in case something happens to the president. You don't really see any policies that they put forth that get acted on. I mean, they're basically pretty silent. So what the left is concerned about, because McCain had the skin cancer and his health and all, I think the guy's in great health. He's fine. That he's going to, 2 weeks after he gets in office, he's going to croak, and Palin's going to take over, and it's going to be a big disaster. Well, it wouldn't be a big disaster if she took over anyway. But the thing is, if they're going to base it on Palin getting in with McCain and having say, McCain goes through the 4 to 8 years and she's going to be right there making all the rules and regulations. It's not so. I mean, the vice presidents are there in case something happens, like what happened when Truman had to get in office when Roosevelt died. That's what they're there for. So, yeah, it's a great running mate. Joe Biden, to be honest, I don't know too much about. I know of him for years and years. I never concentrated on too much of what he has done, but I found myself really stuck to the TV when Palin got on board, and I think then I had to think about it. Well, so if they get in or she gets in, what's she going to do? What are they going to do? They don't really do anything. So don't worry so much about the vice president. That's where I had to start really concentrating on what McCain was doing. I think Palin gave McCain a really fresh attitude on the whole campaign, and I think it really it gave him a lot of hope. Whereas if maybe he was losing some, it happens in campaigns, and she put a new spark into him as much as into the whole campaign. So that's where I think they really have the advantage. I think she's going to be a great vice president, and if he, I'm not wishing this. I don't wish this on anybody. But if something did happen to him, I think her taking the reins wouldn't be a total disaster. Just like if Biden had to become the vice president. So. Anyway, that's my take on the VPs. They don't really do anything. They're just kind of backseat, and I mean, heck, where's Cheney been? I mean, we heard a lot about him, and most of his publicity was the fact that he's CEO of Halliburton, and Halliburton's got all the oil contracts in Iraq, and there's a lot of conflict of interest going on in the Bush administration. There's no secret about that. So I don't think. The vice president should really don't hone too much in on that to make a decision, although it's part of the factor, part of the equation. But I would try to concentrate on the president, the person running, and see what their record is. Like McCain said, look at his record. He's got a great record, and And that's my take on the VP. So there you go.